only see the time. There we go. We got it. Okay, Marcus, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Today, I would like to talk about what needs do African Americans with mental illness have when returning from incarceration. My name is Marcus. I'm certified in food handling and managing. I am a formerly incarcerated citizen. I've done volunteer work with the LGBTQ community in helping them transition back into the community if they are formerly incarcerated. Did that for about 2 years. Let's see. I don't know why I couldn't do that. I enjoy baking. I love music. I love to write poetry. I'm very passionate about owning my own bakery one day. I was diagnosed with bipolar schizoaffective disorder, but I didn't let that stop me from joining this group and being able to try to help people that are just like me. Next. All right, I'm going to start the introduction. Today, we're going to be talking about returning citizens and the needs they may have, African Americans with mental illness, and the unique needs that they may have. We wanted to see what these needs are and which are most important, and we got perspectives from community providers and from people with lived experience. The methods that we use different types of methods. The first step we used was to brainstorm a list of needs, a H.O.P.E coalition, and ask panel members for additional needs. Out of those needs, we identified 34. The second step, we asked lived experience and community-based providers to rate the needs. Out of those people, we had 50 lived experience experts and 31 community-based providers. One of the questions that we asked after getting all of the research back from the lived experience and the providers was on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most needed, tell us how much people who have a mental illness need help with each of these activities when they are released from jail or prison. The results were the lived experience perspective was that they felt the highest needs were getting basic necessities like clothing, hygiene, and products, getting suitable housing, and finding a job. Next. The community providers felt that the top needs were getting suitable housing, locating and enrolling in mental health services, and managing symptoms of mental illness. What does this mean? It means that providers and lived experience experts have similar ideas about the needs, but also different priorities. On this slide, we can compile a list of needs from the previous slides to compare the needs that were most important to both groups by highlighting what needs are similar and how they were prioritized by lived experience and providers. As you can see, Both groups felt that getting suitable housing, finding a job, finding transportation to healthcare appointments, and getting job training were very important. But lived experience felt that these were more important than what the providers felt. Next. Coming home after being incarcerated, I was paroled to my mother's house. After my parole was ended, I was kicked out and had to deal with not only being mentally ill, but also homeless. But I did not let that setback become my life. During that time, I gathered all the strength I could muster and took the steps to find what I felt were a big priority for me. First, I found a doctor to get help for mental illness. Secondly, I searched for a stable job so I could save money for the third step, which was to find stable housing. During that time, I became a volunteer for a group that wanted to help people that were a part of the LGBT community and who were formerly incarcerated. And from there, I met a friend who cared and trusted me enough to allow me to live with him. And ever since, and until then, I found housing, and I feel so lucky for that opportunity that I feel that the quote is one small step for man, which I live for mankind, resonates with my story. Next. Future opportunities. We'd like to identify which programs and interventions can meet the most important needs of this population. We would also like to compare different programs and interventions to see how they meet these needs. Also, programs that can use the needs to evaluate how well they are doing or to decide which services to add. Next.